Hello, Aditya. How are you?
Hi, Shiva. I'm good.
Yeah,
How about you?
yeah, I'm good. I'm good. First of
Yeah.
all, let me welcome you in this podcast on which is basically focused on logistics and supply chain. I
Yes.
welcome you in moving the chain, and I'm sure we'll have a great time together today. We'll try to explore avenues, explore ideas, explore your life experiences, and we'll also try to explore how together we can add more value into this particular industry where we are striving. Okay, so
That's great.
I think let us start, Aditya, with your story. I think the audience, the viewers would also like to understand your background, your story, and your facts. Over to you,
Yeah.
Aditya.
So, hi everyone. This is Adithya. So, I'm an upcoming leader in the field of supply chain as well as the logistics. So, how supply chain? So, I was an basically mechanical engineering graduate. So, as an every engineer does it, I was literally after finishing my studies, I would wanted to move to medical, but my bad luck, NEET has been came that time, so I couldn't make it. So, like an accidental prime minister, as an accidental engineer, I was moved into the engineering field. So that's how my journey in engineering has started. So basically, I'm a mechanical engineering graduate. So why I choose this course is like I love cars and the manufacturing field very much. So that's why I choose this field. And also, you know that in cinemas and all the what we see in mechanical engineering. So mechanical engineering is a kind of field. It's like an we can call it as an two different field which is ruling the engineering. One is civil and one is mechanical. I mean, I'm saying from the ancient times. So without mechanical and civil, the civilization as well as the all the structures, machineries, development in this world has been not that possible. So I got an inspiration as an usual parents. So if it's not medical, my parents want me to do an engineering. That's how
Perfect.
I moved there. But initially, I was not that much interested towards this field. So
Okay.
as an student, I was like in a 50-50. Like for first 2 years, I was searching for the answers why I choose this course. But after the core subject has been embedded between both. So at that time, I got an good interest over the subject, and where I could more innovate myself in this field, and where my my type of inventions will be used in the human life to the human race, where it will be helpful for the to make our work easier. So I completed two projects when I was doing my mechanical engineering. First one is like I replaced a chain-driven mechanism into shaft-driven mechanism. So
Okay.
that's my third year project. So that project went well, and it's entirely runs with the help of mechanical devices only.
Interesting.
And then another in final year, I have done a project in CFRP components, carbon reinforced polymers, so which is used in helicopter panels
Okay.
to which will provide immense strength as well as the proper weight balance, and it will have high thermal conductivity. So
Okay.
that we do that, and it also went well, and it also a project guide as mentioned in his thesis also as well. So
Oh,
that's how engineering goes on. So based on this interest, I just moved to while I was studying itself, I started doing design courses in CAD center. So as a typical mechanical engineer, I know of there is a three field which was explained by the professors as well, it's like design, quality, and production. So in that, not many professors had not taught us about the supply chain. But when I was studying itself in my final year, I chose as in supply chain management as my choice based subject. So
okay.
that time itself, I know that, but due to I have an interest over the design, I got an interest over that, and I was doing my design course in that, and then while I was doing that course itself in my final year, I got placed in the R&D known as Vishnu Prasad Research Center.
Okay.
So there, I was like a person which was not like in a fully entirely depend on the books or theories. I would want to learn more about the innovations, how we could improve the works, how we can do the work easily. So that's how it goes on. So in R&D, you obviously know that many new products will be invented there. So
Correct.
there, I invented a water dispenser,
Oh,
which extracts water from the air. So,
okay.
and yeah, that was an patented by VPR, I mean, our research center. And then also some small project I had in like municipal solid waste, which was a huge thing, a huge problem in our city life. So there we came up with an idea of using buoy. Buoy is the device kind of device which will be balancing in water, and in the bottom of that we'll be having we'll be spraying a bacteria. So the bacteria which eats the waste and disposes the water alone. So we used that, and then it goes well. But while working itself,
I think they very
I
interesting idea, I would say. I mean, it's going to solve a lot of problem of our cities.
yeah. So while doing that project, suddenly I wanted to move to the another field. Likewise, it just happened. So it become a tougher choice, but to me. But I doesn't know this will be leading to me an immense field, and the field which is in demand field. So that's how I got an opportunity to work in Flex.
Okay.
So Flex is a universal leading supply chain company, one of the leading EMS or leading company in the EMS sector. So
Good.
that's the first step towards the supply chain. So there I got an opportunity. I was worked in night shift only. Most of them will not be doing that, but I love this field. And initially I was like, I know about some basic concepts about the supply chain only.
Okay.
But Flex is the thing which helped me to pave a foundation in this field. So
Hmm.
there, though it's a night shift, so we have different clients like USA, Mexico, Brazil, China,
Okay.
Europe, all the origins we have the customers.
Okay.
So while I started to working there itself, I got a sudden interest over this field, and I started to explore in this field also. There is a sudden shift. You might know that think that why you are doing good in design, but why you suddenly shifted to supply chain. Why I was doing the design field, that is good only, but when I compare to design to the supply chain management, design also has some of the challenges. Like we should fully focus on the same thing again and again. We need to design. We need to again invent a new prototype. So it was like doing same thing again and again. But I went when I come to work in supply chain, it's like a vast field. I couldn't say that it is an while KT is completed, I entirely know about the supply chain. No, it's not like that, because in supply chain, we might not know. So you might be a top performer in this quarter, but if you did a small mistake, it will entirely impact the production. It will entirely impact the company's revenue. It will entirely impact the customer relationship management.
True. True.
So that much critical field it is. So there I got an opportunity to work as a senior analyst. As a senior procurement analyst. So my field is procurement and as well as the global business services. So you know that procurement is the heart of the supply chain. Without procurement, we cannot run the supply chain with an ease. So that much important field I was working. So that
Hmm.
time I was keep on after learning also I was keep on asking my seniors doubt. So what we need to do this for do this project, and what we need to do to improvise this one. So that's how I was fully involved in this field.
Hmm.
So based on the when I started to work, I got interest over this field, and again and again I mean I was while working itself, I faced a lot of challenges, as well as these challenges has been helped me to learn more about this field. So I would not say that supply. If you work on supply chain, you will be fully pressurized or challenges. If you should not look at that as a challenges. You should look it as an a area which we could able to involve ourselves. We could innovate, and that will entirely entirely impact the our company success.
I think you're
So
talking about continual improvement, continual
yeah,
learning,
continual improvement.
which adds
Yes,
value into your business propositions, right?
yes,
I think
yes,
ultimately, see, whatever you do now, it goes back to the society. If you are doing something for your organization, it is going back to the society. And I think
yes,
mind like you, where you want to be creative, you want to open up something new. You like what I understand, you like hurdles. So because of that, I
yes.
think you have changed all these things. So please
Yeah.
carry on. I was just trying to
So
understand.
initially, yeah. So initially, I was working in a Mexico project.
Okay.
So there, I learned whatever the things I could, and I wanted to avoid. I mean, involve myself to the different project. Then I got an opportunity to move to the Brazil site.
Okay.
So it's a totally entire different process and different aspect we'll be following between the Mexico as well
Hmm.
as the Brazil. So in Mexico, we'll be using Barn 5 as an it's an improved software. It will be completely in English, and all the it is more user friendly when we compare to Barn 4.
Okay.
So in Brazil, when there is a sudden shift, so whatever the knowledge I could gain in this Mexico field, I just gained, and I got an internal opportunity. I just moved to the Brazil sites.
Okay.
And also another point is like Mexico shifts, it's like 7 to 4.
Okay.
So in Brazil shift, it's like 5 to 2.
So,
That's
so
also
now,
another reason.
now you also explored the opportunities whereby
Yes,
you actually have a flexible time whereby you can enjoy life
flexible
also.
time.
That's
Yes,
important. No,
exactly.
ultimately, it's for your life, whatever you are doing. If you are not enjoying
Yes.
your job, I think it's not a job then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I explored all the things in Mexico project, then I moved to Brazil project. So it's
Hmm.
entirely different. So while joining it that site itself, my manager is asking whether you wanted to do challenging project or you wanted to do an as well as easy project. But as a what a typical guy would be saying said in the what answer the typical guy would answer the that thing, sir. What is
I'm
your guess?
sure people will go for a easy choice.
Yeah,
Obviously,
easy.
most of the
But
people.
I chose to challenging a challenging field.
Great.
So so in which I could able to learn more about this field. So that's how I choose that process. And there is when we worked in Mexico, it's entirely we have some automation in that. But
Hmm.
in Brazil, we do everything manually. So
Okay.
whatever they think, in order to create the purchase order, in order to send an email, or in order to do all the activities like check the what are the demand, what are the upcoming schedules that are planned to release the purchase order. Everything I need to do it manually, and it's also in Portuguese, not in English.
Oh, so you learned
Yeah.
Portuguese.
No, no. Basically, I just, with an interest, I just learned some of the basic words with the help of my site people.
Okay. Oh, that's
While working
interesting.
in
Yeah.
Mexico, while working in Mexico, also I learned some of the Spanish words. Not like entirely fluent, but some Spanish words I could able to force in order to appreciate it. Like in order to, it's in a good day beyond dias, and
Mhm.
if it's we will be in appreciating means in Brazil will be ciao ciao, or and
Okay.
also in that time also I got an opportunity to learn Chinese also. So
Oh,
to
okay.
we worked in Chinese suppliers, but entirely it's basic things only. But I'm just saying how this field has been evolving and how much opportunity this field is providing me. And that same time itself, I got an uh, difficult project known as VMI,
Okay.
or vendor managed inventory. So vendor
Mhm.
managed inventory is an inventory which we will be directly purchasing from the vendors. So
Correct.
vendors will be storing the materials with them, and they will be charging the storage cost for that. So when we have more demand only, we will be using those parts. So it's
Mhm.
an C class parts. It's more important parts. When we have demand only, we'll be loading that. So there
Okay.
we have four different process. Each process is time consuming, but that time is only 1 day.
Oh, oh.
So that's how that process goes on. So per month, while I was also doing the purchase activity as well as I'm doing the VMI. So I was doing
Okay.
both.
Okay. Okay.
So while doing the working, suddenly the demand will be fully loaded to you, and you also receiving the request from the VMI. That also you need to do, and also you need to focus on your KPIs also. So it's like an balancing myself. It's an highly critical, and I also I was more pressurized in this. time because I need to complete it on time. So that's how that time and all I worked in extra hours to complete it, and that's how it goes on. And while working, what I would I would suggest, and I will take a takeaway. So as an another keep myself aside, and keep normal guy, ordinary guy who works in easy project and who is doing. So in order to excel in this field, we need to keep on learning the things. We need to keep on learning the process. So
Absolutely.
that time, even though it's a pressurized process to me, but that time I have learned many things that I have not learned by the normal person. So
Yeah,
now if
Aditya, I'm just interrupting you. When you are explaining this, no, I still remember. I think if we can compare, say, take example of any sports person, right? May it
yeah,
be our people like Sachin or Virat Kohli or whoever it is. I
yeah,
mean, in every field, may whether it is a sports, whether it is something else, I think once you hit a particular level, no, then
yeah,
your challenges becomes greater. Then you have to
yes,
learn more because there are
yeah,
two things now. You have to gain higher challenges and or higher heights, and at the same
yeah,
time you have to retain this place. I think that's most
yes,
important. I
exactly.
think that is
Yeah.
how you challenge yourself. That is the way we introspect and we say that is the progress for us. That's the progress. Yeah.
And also in that particular process, we don't have any KT. KT. Not everyone completely knows about the process. There's some basic KTs, and we have some basic documents. I mean SOPs, basic SOPs. Will we have that? So while I was doing, I wrote my own SOPs
Oh,
with the processes. So what are the process that are provided? We already have the SOP that is not, but complete. It is not that much complete. It's incomplete. So what I did from 9 o'clock, I think so. 9 o'clock night, I started to do SOP, and morning 5 o'clock only I completed all the process.
that's how it works.
And
That's how it works.
yes. So while doing that, my side is entirely in a Brazil speaking side. So
Mhm.
I mean Brazilian. They speak only Portuguese. So they doesn't understand English. So with the SOP that I provided, they translated with the Portuguese, and it's now still now there is no interruption in this field. So
Wow.
that's how I changed that VMI into. And then site took a decision to like I will we will take a VMI with ourselves because everything has been provided. I provided the KT everything, and then I was doing the normal purchase activity. In that purchase activity also, all the things we'll be doing in a manual activity.
Hmm.
But what are the things that I entirely learned from the Mexico side and Brazil side is like Brazil side we'll be having more import issues. So the import officers will be more strict in the Brazil when we compare to Mexico. So in Mexico, we'll be more focused on the automation of purchase order and everything and all. We will not be doing any process like GL. So
Okay.
while the material is came inside, it will be going to the warehouse side, and warehouse will be check the materials. Whether we have any challenges, it will be placed in a separate matrix known as challenges.
Okay.
So it's like for example, this material came without invoice. This material has a damaged product, or this material doesn't mention the Incoterms. This material doesn't mention the payment terms, or this material has been wrongly shipped. So everything. So inside also we should have one invoice, and outside the package also we should have one invoice. So all these different category. In some cases like jetway is wrongly mentioned. So we have five different jetways in the Mexico sites.
Okay.
So the jetways is wrongly mentioned means it will not correctly mention in the system. So then the import people, warehouse people will be sending a challenges to us, and then we will be working on it. And that after it was received, and yeah, the process is over. After reception, receipt process is over, and then it will be moving to AP
Okay.
team, and invoice will be processed. But in Brazil, what we'll be do, we'll be releasing GL known as green light. So it's an entire process which will be followed in Flex alone. So
Mm-hmm.
there we will be manually checking all the invoice documents, all the packing list, all the
Okay.
COC
Okay.
documents. Everything will be entirely
So
checked,
I
and
think
then only we'll be
here the
releasing
hurdle
that
is
one.
bigger. I think here the hurdle is bigger.
Yeah, hurdle is bigger.
You
Hurdle
are
is bigger.
losing automation. You have to do everything on manual.
Yeah, everything on manual. but I provided my idea to improvise this process. But that time that to be honest, I didn't receive that much support that I expected that time. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how it goes on. And while working in Flex itself, so everything has been I learned everything. And supply chain, I now you ask the questions about the supply chain, I can answer. If you wanted me to know about the process in supply chain, I could easily elaborate. So that's how my journey in Flex goes on. I will never forget Flex in my life. So
I think
it
it
helped
goes
me
like
to,
this, when we are on this escalator or on this hardship, or what we call it
yeah,
hurdles, we
yeah,
don't think that what is our investment and how much we are gaining out of this. I think this kind of
yes,
experience gives you a lot of insights, lot of experience, which helps
yes,
you towards your future, towards your career, towards the rest of your career. I think this is very
yes,
important, and you're lucky. I think in the beginning of the career only you are getting this kind of a exposure.
yes,
I think
yes.
hats off to you. Yeah.
I entirely thank God for this opportunity. But that time it's really in a hardship for me. But later on, I came to realize so how much I have been learned in this journey. So that's the
Hmm.
biggest takeaway in that time. So in the while working in Flex, I could able to save 1.9 million for the revenue. Save 1.9 million. I just forget the numbers, correct
Okay.
numbers.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
saved around 2 million, nearby to 2 million. I saved by push out and cancellation metrics. So
Oh.
push out and cancellation metrics is like while there is an demand will be going. It's like an what to say, forecast will be not in the same manner. So
Hmm.
sometimes the forecast will be in higher, sometimes the forecast will be lesser based on the season, based on the demand, based on the needs, based on the customer satisfaction, based on the
No, I
everything.
think
I
I'm
mean,
I'm holding you here. I think you are giving me an answer which I was about to ask you,
okay,
that based
okay,
on your flex experience, what is your opinion, or how this current industry, current phenomenon in the industry is shaping up with respect to your procurement and all these things. I think you're already answering me. I think please go on. I think that will help us to understand, help
okay.
our viewers to understand the current trend of how this particular thing
Yeah.
is working.
So previously, it's as a traditional procurement, it was mostly cost-driven process. It be followed in the traditional way, but currently the procurement is moving towards the value-driven one.
Okay.
So procurement field is getting more and more important thing in now. It's like procurement. Most of the thing, most of the people doesn't know like procurement is like they are thinking like procurement is a kind of sale or it doesn't impact the profit of the company. But
Hmm.
now people is getting know about like procurement is the most important field to improve the strategic sourcing, to do the supplier collaboration, to do
Yes.
the risk management, to lean management. So everything, yeah, procurement plays a vital role. So if you look on the import, if for example, if we took any other departments in supply chain management, for example, import operation means they will be looking on import operation only. If we look on the AP, they will be looking on AP only.
Yes.
So if you look on the warehouse, they will be looking on warehouse only. But in procurement, each and every department need the procurement help. Without procurement help, you could not able to solve that problem. So if it's a material challenge. So what has happened? We will be working with supplier and we will be asking for the revised materials. So that's how we will be solving the challenges. Sometimes we will be facing issues with the invoices. So what we will be doing, we will be working for the revised invoices with the supplier, and then after the revised invoice will be shared by the supplier, and then we will be we in this we follow metrics known as titans. So in that titan is an AP tool which if an finance team face any issues in processing the payment, there is if there any mismatch over the invoices, they will be placing there. And that one also procurement team only will be, if it's our supplier will be working on it and will be providing the credit note for the material if the material is not that much quality, or if we agree to send a revised product, it's okay, or else we will be getting a credit note with them. So that's how AP team it works on for logistics and import operations and all. So
Hmm.
the thing like supplier is what kind of incoterm the supplier is using, and who is liable for what. So everything will be looking on it. So we should know about the incoterms, we should know about the payment term. So yeah, EAP and then 60 days the payment should be gone. goes on. So everything the procurement team needs to know.
I
So
think
based
I
on
think
that, so
I think yes, what you are saying making sense. I think now the
yeah,
entire procurement team is working towards adding value by
yeah,
eliminating all these risks and by
yeah,
ensuring that the company is getting the right product at the right cost at the right time and at the
right
right
time, yeah,
quantity as well. So I think
yes,
and so many other right things. I think this helps the company to to focus on other things properly, because if your procurement is in a right shape in terms of
yes,
value, in terms of money, in terms of quality and everything, I think then your finished goods will be better. And with respect to
yes,
whatever parameters you check, and because between raw material and your finished goods, there are a lot many processes which works. I think if your procurement is better, is good, I think the other processes also get helps. I think let's go to the
yes,
next segment. I think you have also a great experience of having real estate handling. I think in this new scope of your career, I think you
yeah.
are managing a lot of real estate. Just give us a little brief how you are doing this and what are the nitty-gritties about it.
So, I got it after working in Flex. I got an opportunity to move with delivery company known as Delivery.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that Delivery is in one of the best unicorn in the India. So which is made in
Yes,
India. So in Pan India, Delivery is in, having more hub and more sites to provide logistics operations to the customer.
absolutely.
So while I was getting interviewed, I never expected that from this short span itself, I will be getting in a post like assistant manager in the field of real estate procurement and commercial. But the people trusted me and given me an opportunity. When I performed well, I was given to the opportunity directly to an AM post, and then the journey is to complete it short. The journey is really challenging as well as tough for me. Again, another challenging task to me. So now I learned about the supply chain. Why I should not learn about the logistics? Because logistics and supply chain will be in demand field in future. So based on the articles, which I mean, the based on the probabilities and all, in the upcoming years, the demand for this field is getting increased
True.
comparatively as the AI and digitalization. So that much hot field is the procurement as I mean supply chain as well as the logistics. So that's a why should not I got an opportunity, why should not I use that one? So
Correct.
that's how I moved to delivery. So the process entirely different. So I was in working in the procurement and supply chain, but I
Interesting.
haven't doesn't know about the I mean I know idea about the logistics and what are the operations that goes on in warehouse, but now I shifted to logistics. So
This is
logistics,
altogether a different ball game, you know.
yeah, different ball game. So from day one itself, actually, the time when I joined, the experienced person has been moved. I mean, moved away to the different companies.
Okay.
So I came up in the position where I should improvise. I was leader for TN Tamil Nadu. Entire sites in Tamil Nadu, I need to be focusing on that one, and whatever the problems happen in each sites, I need to work with the landlords, I need to work with the owners, everything. So we need to solve that problem, and we need to use make the operation feasible to them. So that's how it goes on. So while I was joining, there's within 3 to 4 months, peak hours is coming, like Diwali and Christmas time and all. We'll be having bulk orders in that. So for that, we also that time we are elongating our business to the different sites. So we will be having more number of load when we I mean double triple the of load. So how we going to manage it? Likewise, with the timeline of 4 months itself, we should handle the sites. I mean, while handling the site also, we should find the new sites. And what they said, like in this metro city, they will be asking a warehouses like 15,000 square feet, 10,000 square feet, 20,000 square feet. So you know how much it's challenging for us.
Yes,
So
yes.
what at the starting itself, from day one itself, what we'll be do, it's not like we'll be it's a startup, right? So it's not like post. So this for this post, this person will be doing this job alone. Not like that.
Hmm.
So if we personally, individually, we will be shifting and we will be searching for the locations like where the feasible location is there. So we will be pinpointing. You go to this location. You go to this location. I will
I
be
think there are a
managing the team.
lot of pivoting happens in this
Lot
industry,
of
procurement
pivoting.
industry. Yes, yes.
Yeah, so a lot of pivoting has been happened, and then we moved in different. Sometimes we'll be getting some contact. Sometimes we'll be moving without a contact. But here they will be asking for a contact itself. Without contact, it will be tough for us. So that's it. It will be happen. And that time itself also, while we worked, also we it provided me an opportunity to explore more in this field. So we have an already operating logistics centers like SCs, DCs, hub, large, everything. So how it is categorized, it's like based on the loads, it will be categorized. So for equipments or the things which is more than greater than 10 kgs, we'll be placing the shipment to the SCs and large. So the shipment which is lesser than 10 kgs will be shifting that to the DCs. So we have the prime center as a gateway. So for each centers, we will be having gateways. So gateway is the most important thing for that particular region. So from that gateway, we'll be shifting the materials to the SCs, DCs, large and up. So that's how the process goes on. So we should
I can
focus on that.
understand. I can understand how you have dealt with initially because you are in a different mode, different field,
Yeah.
different world, and now you are in a hard-coded, hard surface
Yes.
whereby you are
Yes.
searching warehouses, and every time it's a new dynamic change. I'm
Yes.
sure it's going to be very, very different. Very, very different.
So it's while I was working in Flex, I was sitting in the system and why entirely it was in a system work. So here I need to do the field work as well.
Yes.
So that time it was entirely difficult for me to be honest. But I just was waiting patiently. So what this, okay, we took a decision from moving from the supply chain to logistics to learn, explore more in this field. So in some cases and all, after this itself, I received a more offer from the different companies like IBM
Hmm.
and more like Deloitte. Some of the important companies has been given me an offer, but that time it's not like I not like that, and we should not jump to the another field. So what this field is given, how this department works, and what this logistics goes on. So that time, what I did, so I just, even though it's a challenging, I just found out how to solve that problem. So that's how, with the hardships of 4 to 3 months, we could able to find around seven SCs. So SCs is like 10,000 to 15,000 square feet
Correct.
thing, warehouses. So though we founded that one, and then small DCs and all, we will be getting some help from the station managers, and that also we should visit there, we should take the measurements, we should look on the feasibility, how the operation will be run, how the vehicle entry will be there. So in order to run an logistics, what are the challenges, what are the aspects we'll be looking on it. So the delivery has paved that way. So this company also I will never forget in my life. So it shows the outline of the logistics to me. Flex shows the outline of the supply chain to me.
Great.
So the
Great.
both companies are great. Great as it shows me a great aspect to me. The two different aspects like supply chain and logistics. So here also, when I started to work on it, and then 3 to 4 months, I here the KT will be much lesser. You should learn. It's an entirely different thing. So suddenly there is a shift in the process as well as the even the department itself. There is a sudden shift from
Hmm.
supply chain to logistics. So even though it's more challenging when I compare to the supply chain, because the logistics thing and all, people sudden in supply chain and all, we'll be having some kind of flexibilities, like within this point of time only the people will be communicating with you, and after that time you will be having so much time to spend time with your family and rest of the thing. But in logistics, so after you're completing your work also, it's not, I mean, after you're completing the shift also, it doesn't mean that you will be not receiving a call from the different person. So while I was handling these properties, so in Tamil Nadu, the landlords are really tough to handle. So there is an, that running an operation and running and logistics is not that much easy. So each and for silly things, and our owner will be coming and criticizing us. But there is no mistake from our end. It is the
Hmm.
mistake that was committed by the operations team. Since we
Correct.
are working in an, I mean, working in an, I mean, everyone working in a same organization. So we will be solving those conflicts between the owner, and then we'll be solving the issue. And sometimes our operations team will be saying like, hey, this floor is not good, and
Hmm.
the roof is getting leak. There's a leakage in roof, and they'll be simply saying like that. So, but when we try to communicate to the landlord, landlord will not accept it. They will be saying like, see, your operation guys is not maintaining everything properly. They are keeping everything like a trash.
And
Likewise,
nobody's
he will be
wrong.
shouting.
And let me tell you, nobody's wrong. Everybody is right.
Yeah, no,
Huh?
everybody is right to their assumption. So what we'll be doing, we'll be visiting there directly I mean, more critical cases, we'll be visiting directly. In some cases, we will be communicating the same with the operations team.
Hmm.
First, initially, we'll be talking with the operations team. Hey, what is the issue? What is the thing you going on? What is the problem with the owner and you? And what is the things you need to you need in that place to make our operation to run our operation smoothly. Like this, we'll be communicating with them, and we'll be getting the key points from them, and then we'll be communicating to the landlords. And then again, landlord will be saying like, providing the property, it was like this. See the picture like this is saying. So again, we'll be saying what are the things. We'll be thinking what are the things which was shared by the operations team, and to what are the things which will be shared by the owner. We need to counter attack with them.
So basically,
Like
what
we
you're
should
trying to
understand.
say, what I understand, see, this goes with my experience also. I got 30 years
Yeah.
of working in this field. So what I understand, your pain is, see, after delivering the warehouse to the team, to the company, to the warehouse,
Yeah.
your job doesn't stop there.
Yes.
There is a continuous work which takes place for each of the locations. Wherever there is a problem, there is a problem for the landlord or for the operations team, the people are managing. Your involvement again comes back, right? That
Yes. Like
that's the I think key. And that's the core thing
yes.
of this particular role. I think I appreciate. It's really challenging every time. And as you
Yeah.
said, there is no time because your operation might be operating 24 hours job, and if they have a problem at
Yes.
11 o'clock, they will definitely come back to you because you
Yes.
are the spoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll be marking the what the both the points, and what is the right thing we need to do that. So we need to analyze that, and we need to implement that. So either it should be done by the landlord, we need to negotiate with them. Hey, this is the thing which was mentioned in agreement. So we should go through on the agreements as well. So
Correct.
what are the things which was mentioned in agreement? So if we go as an agreement basis, so some landlords will be accepting it. Some landlords in that also they will be saying like uh, they will be again arguing with us. So
Hmm.
that time also we need to think more elaborately, and we should give the solution to that. So these things are why I'm saying is like, so it's helped me to solve the conflict. So it improved my problem solving skills. So
Yes.
I started to think in open minded. This person is like, so it's like an empathy I developed within myself. So what is the problem going here, and what is the problem going there? What are the problems we'll be facing when we does this one? So it gives a clear idea. So about the operations, operation dis disturbance, and all the things. So these conflicts also help me to develop as a problem solving person. So that time also will be again and again. So in the rainy season and all, it is pretty challenging for us.
True.
So roofs and all not that much quality. So all our consignment sometimes will be getting damaged, everything. So that thing and all, we will be frequently working with the owner to solve that
Hmm.
problem. So that time and all, it's difficult for us because we also wanted to elaborate our business to the different regions, as well as we should look on these conflicts.
Hmm.
Meantime, we should also look for the payments, whether the payment process is followed correctly, either the owner is provided either it's a GST vendor or a non-GST, either they are following it correctly. So these are the challenges which I learned in the real estate field.
I think amazing. Yeah. You have got now a full two basket. One is from the flex and one
Yeah,
is from the delivery. I think you are very lucky, I would say, within such a small period of your working experience, you have got an immense input, immense expertise, which will help you as a person to get matured, Number one. Number two, I think it also helps you to streamline your thought process. You become very flexible, you become very level-headed, and your
Yes.
negotiation skill, because when you negotiate, it has to be a win-win. Every party has
Yes.
to win during the negotiation.
Yes.
Nobody can lose.
Yes.
If
Exactly.
somebody is losing, that negotiation is gone for a toss, at for sure.
So it's like an we listen to them as well as we listen to the operations team. So it's like an understanding both the problems and providing the solutions.
But ultimately, I think the document which helps you to get out of this problem is that agreement. If you are doing the
Agreement.
agreement in a
Yes.
right way, I think that becomes a framework. And
Yes.
overall, what I believe, I think you will, I don't know whether you'll agree or not. I think a lot is dependent on how you are managing your PR, your personal
Yes.
relations with the operations team and with the landlord, majorly with the landlord. I think it
Yes.
helps to melt a lot of big problems. I think there are so many points which we cannot capture in the agreement, which comes during our work. And then when we go back to the landlord, if our PR is not strong, they will always go back to the agreement. That boss, you have not
Yes.
mentioned
Exactly.
this. But if your PR is good, I think they will not talk about agreement. They will always try to understand with empathy. What you said, empathy, then this
Yeah.
empathy will come. Yes, Aditya has come, no? So I have to listen to him and I have to try to solve his problem.
Yes.
I think that attitude only can come when you have a good relationship with the person.
Yeah.
I think what matters is
So
relationship, Aditya. I think if
yes.
whether it is a procurement, whether it is logistics, whatever you are doing, no. See, most importantly, what I understood from my experience is this field gives you an opportunity to learn every day. Every single day is
Yes.
a new day to you.
Yes.
It's not that
Yes.
yesterday, it's not like a factory. Yesterday you have produced this much, today you will
Yes.
produce this much. Every day is a new chapter of your life. Every day is a new challenge which is waiting for you and you have to solve it. But
Yes.
if you are steady, if your intentions are right, if you are honest,
Yeah.
honest for everybody, and if you are following the basic guideline of this industry is ensuring everybody's respect is maintained, everybody's interest is maintained. I think nothing is impossible. You can overcome everything. I think glad to know all these things. I have one more critical point to talk to you because you are a Six Sigma Green Belt champion, I believe.
Yeah.
You have done your Six
Yeah.
Sigma. I think
Yes.
that's great. I think that helps you to do a lot of precision in your work. It, it
Yeah.
it helps you to clear your thought process. That's what I understand. You must be knowing better than me. So in terms of technology, also you have handled a lot of things in technology. You have seen how technology actually helps when you are using an automated model and you are using a manual model. You have a very clear understanding how the technology is helping.
Yes.
Now, understanding all these things, I would request you to give our viewers a good depth or good insight for those people who are planning to join in this industry, who are still studying, doing some MBA or something, who are willing to come to this industry to do this hustle, to do this hurdle. And I think your inputs are going to be very crucial for those people. Aditya.
Yes. So I also while I was working in Flex itself, I had done my part-time MBA in this field also,
Okay.
in logistics as well as supply chain management. So that time, so since it's a part-time MBA, people will not be teaching you the course like they usually used to choose in the traditional way.
Hmm.
So mostly it depends on the person's interest. So while choosing this field, just does don't just choose for the salary, or don't just choose for the other pressure, or some person suggested me this
Hmm.
to do this course. So what the thing will be happen is like, if you are not interested in this field and you join this course, so when the time goes on, you will be you'll not get an interest to do your work. It's like an like what to say, 9 to 5, same kind of 9 to 5 kind of job to you. So you cannot expect any improvements or growth in this field. So
Right.
what I would suggest is like, first learn about this. Have to have basic knowledge about this field. What is logistics? What is supply chain? And how it runs the world and how it's dominating the world. For example, in COVID time and all, without logistics and supply chain, we couldn't able to provide the basic needs to the
Very true.
person.
Very true.
So that time, without the proper supply chain and proper logistics, so people would have died in that particular period without food or without the basic needs. So
Perfect.
there you could able to know about the importance of this field.
Hmm.
So if you took anything in your day-to-day activities at all, so the paste you receive, the brush you receive, or what are the bread you receive, and the what are the vegetables you receive, without logistics and supply chain, it is not possible at all.
Right.
So
Very true.
each and everything you took on. So what are your mobile you're using? What are the mobile you're using? And your laptops, your gadgets, everything has been completed by this process. So there is the process is like initially from procuring the raw materials to transferring the finished goods to the supplier. So it's the entire process goes on with this only. After that, when it is coming to the customer end product as an to get used by the customer. So in that also we will be using the logistics operation. So if you are ordering the product in online, next within 2 to 3 days you are receiving it in your home.
In
So
fact,
without
in 10
logistics
minutes.
out,
Now, so it's 10 minutes journey.
yeah, now it's become more easy for us. So
Hmm.
if we should not we can't it's like it makes the process very easier. So it doesn't make us to travel again to the shops and get the goods from them. So while sitting itself, we can order the things, and within 10 minutes, we are receiving those things.
Yes.
So without logistics and supply chain, how could this would happen? So think like that. So and analyze. So how this process runs on. So it's an on-demand field which will never erase away. So you can say like AI will be replacing and the machine will be replacing the humans, but you will never become a human. Machines will never become a human as we do. And in logistics and supply chain also, it's like a not an data which we are loading to the system and we will be getting the solutions to that. So the data will be not that much perfect. So sometimes you'll be receiving less demand, sometimes you'll be receiving higher demand. So it's like a wavering process. So you cannot predict it based on the data. So I could, as by based on my perspectives, I'm saying that. So even though AI and digitalization comes, it will enhance the process of supply chain and logistics, but
Hmm.
it will not took away the jobs of the logistics and supply chain. So
Perfect.
that is the point that I put in front of you people. So this field, it has an immense opportunity, immense growth for in personality development as well as the professional development. So if you wanted to socialize with the business mind, it will be helping you. If you wanted to improve the revenue of the company, it will improve you. If you wanted to learn more about the profit and loss about the business, it will help you because all the thing you do is it going to be improvising the business. So it's like you are also a part of the ownership of the company.
Hmm.
So none other than field provide this privilege to you.
So
So
Aditya,
think like that.
I think you being an ambassador of logistic and supply chain organizations or the field, I think you have rightly pointed out for whatever you are able to see in front of your eyes, logistic is a part of it. If you are
Yes.
watching a cricket match, so there are people who have walked back in the background to carry the kit bag, to carry everything for those cricketers.
Yes.
If it is a football, same. If you are
Yeah.
going to a temple, a church, a gurudwara, or wherever, logistic is
Yes.
there. And the importance of logistics have have grown immensely. I think that is the precise reason we are able to see there are a lot of good young kids who are coming into this field knowingly, because initially it was absolutely unknowingly. There was no choice. So people used to get
Yes.
into this, but now knowingly people are coming. Like what you are saying,
Yeah.
you tried to do medical, but then you end up doing mechanical, and finally after doing mechanical and everything, your entire interest was automobile and all, and then you have come to this length, and
Yeah.
I can see the confidence level, the satisfaction in your dialogues, in your statements, in your body language, which really helps. I think if you want to grow, if you want to achieve something in life, I think most important is satisfaction. Whatever you do, if you are satisfied at the end of the day, I think then it matters most.
Yes.
Unless you are only going for a money, then you can go to the share market and do share
Yeah.
business, right? But
Yes.
having said this, all the trades, all the fields are similarly important, similarly tough, challenging. But since we are only focusing on logistic and supply chain, I think your inputs are very, very valuable. I think this discussion should help the viewers who are willing to come to this field, or who are already there in the field, and we have started the trainee journey, or the newcomers of the field. I think this is going to help. At the same time, people like us, we also try to understand the perspective what you carry, and
Yeah.
the amount of knowledge and amount of inputs you have gathered within this short period of your career. I think it gives a lot of encouragement to the people, and I appreciate your efforts in putting it down for the people, for the viewers, in trying to express your views, express your excitements, so that I think so that this can help the people who are thinking of coming into the field, in this field. I think
Yeah.
amazing discussion, Aditya. I would have loved to extend this, but in the because of our time restrictions, I think we will definitely come back again. We'll have second round of discussion maybe
You'll be having part 2.0. Don't worry.
Yes, yes, 100%. It has to be a
Yeah.
continuous, no? We
Yeah.
cannot stop. I mean, logistic, we don't
Yes.
understand about stopping. It's about all about
Yes.
the journey. I think journey matters the most. Thank you so much,
Yes.
Aditya. I think your valuable inputs will help all of us, including me. I think as a learner, I also learned a lot from you. Your energy, your inputs are going to help all of us. Thank you very much. And I wish all the success, all the best to your career.
Thank you, sir. Very glad for the opportunity provided here. So, all the time I wanted to do something for this field, because this field has been provided a lot of thing to me. So it has made me a better person. It has provided me insights about the business, everything. So, what are the thing I could able to do this field? I will be keep on doing that as a service kind of thing.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Aditya. See you
Thank you.
again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Have a
Bye-bye.
great day.